Hello, hello. How is everyone? Happy Monday. Welcome to the stream. I hope everyone's had a nice day and has a nice week ahead of them. I certainly do, because I'm taking this week off work. And next week as well, actually. Wasn't expecting to. Was planning just to keep hacking away on things. But as it turned out, there's certain requirements in our HR system about getting a certain type of bonus leave called well-being leave, and I thought I had fulfilled those requirements, but in fact I had not. And so before the financial year ends, I'm suddenly needing to take a bit of extra time off just to maximize the total amount of free time I can take off. But honestly, if I'm being honest, I probably could do with the break anyway. I've taken bits of time off here and there, but not a really nice decoupling from work. So that'll be nice. It's very cold tonight, and so we are in a good situation to have trapped Poppy in a flan, which has a little heating pad in there. And she's actually going to be on camera for once. Isn't that nice? This is the advantage of the winter months. She gets more cuddly and she's predictable in where she wants to curl up. Or at least she can be lured into places. This is the whole stream, by the way. This is just... We're just going to watch Poppy have a snooze in her flan. This thing, when I bought it originally, it comes with novelty plush fruits. It's a flan, you know, that's the fun part of it. But she's not a kitten anymore. She's quite big enough for the whole flan, and the novelty plush fruits are just kind of scattered around the apartment. So let's put the Poppy cam on. There we go. I kind of wish I had easy remote control of it so I could zoom in. But yeah, that'll come later. I'll figure out all of that tech situation later. I have software things I need to do for the stream. But maybe, if the planets align, we'll get to do that tonight, this week, next week. And I'll do more things for the stream to make things exciting for you all. Won't that be nice? In the meantime, not having really planned anything in particular, not wanting to start the Ultima 7 series just yet, wanting to get these other things done first, but haven't had the motivation time to sit down and do them, we'll just do some random DOS games from my collection. And at the last moment, I've pulled up Daggerfall. Since we did the Elder Scrolls Arena last week, why not do some Daggerfall? And it's not capturing. Of course it's not capturing. It never captures. There we go. So Daggerfall is part 2 in the Elder Scrolls series. Significant upgrade in the graphical capabilities and the detail of quests and things like that. And the really fun thing about Daggerfall is it broke out of this mold of here's some predefined classes that you can make, and instead let you customize your classes and your magic items and your spells and everything, basically. And it was pretty amazing and very prone to abuse and exploitation, which is just delightful for me. You only get 6 save games is the thing. I'll just lock my pointer to my screen. There we go. You only get 6 save games, and as I alluded to last stream, I don't really remember what I was doing. I think I eventually worked out that this Oaken, if you can guess why I called the character Oaken, you win a prize. This was the most recent save that I'd made on that particular character. And I think these two were just some other random low-level character. Well, we can have a look at them. But we'll get into this one just to see like where I was up to, what I was doing. We can collectively scratch our heads. At some point, maybe I would restart the game, but I don't know. As you'll see, we got a pretty powerful character here, thanks to all the abuse I'd piled into the character build and the magic items they've got on them. Here we go. But the main problem is, where was I up to in the main quest? What was I doing? There's this person here, and we can talk to them, but we get no response. What I'll do is I'll turn full screen off and maybe lower the music. Lower this volume a bit. Fine. So you've got your sort of traditional buttons here, but you can turn the cursor off and actually look around with the mouse, which was pretty revolutionary. Now, which of these buttons was looking at someone? There we go, info mode. You see Nafalga. So this is Nafalga. Do we have a journal? No, that's the map. And this map was kind of crazy as well. It's a fully 3D rendered version of the game world. And for some of the dungeons, this was absolutely insane to navigate. We can go up, we can go down. What's this button do? Oh, it changes the perspective. Nice. What I'd like to know is what that little green Medicare card looking thing is. Huh? Marker. Interesting. Was this a marker I put down? No, start. This might be just the dungeon start. Anyway, what other interactions did we have? Dialogue mode. Well, there's no response, so we don't know what that's all about. I seem to have a spell that's running out. Don't know what that was. We can camp. We cannot change transportation indoors. Probably don't want to attack this person if it even worked. So how about our stats? So, name Oaken. Race Nord. Class Reject. Delightful. We're level 19. We have just over 2 million gold. Affiliations. Okay, we're a Master Wizard in the Mages Guild. A Swordsman of the Fighters Guild. A Squire in this Knights of the Dragon. And only an Initiate in Archaea, which is one of the gods. And one of the temples in the game. And I had a quick poke around, and I think I know why we haven't really gone down the path of leveling up our relationship with temples. We've got skills. These 4 groups of skills affect how you actually level up. So your primary skills, Short Blade, Critical Strike, and Destruction. If you improve the skill, that's how you level up. Medical, Dodging, Restoration. Things that won't really help us that much. Etiquette, streetwise, backstabbing. Then again, running. We really should have put running as one of our primary classes because we've been doing 111%. We are 11% better than the fastest person in the world. Oh, interesting. I clicked and more things came up. With your endurance of 100, you are considered immortal. Okay, let me... Oh, this is what we clicked on here. Agi 100. With your agility of 100, you are considered acrobatic. Speed. With your speed of 100, you are considered meteoric. So most of our stats are pretty insane. We have a spell book. I have a shopping spell, which is presumably for when I want to sell things. Fortify luck, fortify personality. I have a spell called Paralysis Ball. Oh. Duration 1+1 per level. Chance 1+1 per level, blah blah blah. So this sounds like a very cheap spell I made just to level up that particular spell. And yeah, it's just so involved. But what we kind of want to look at is log and history. Let's see if there's anything useful here. And of course they've got made up month names, which is fun if you're not really familiar with them, and I'm not. I don't know whether this is in reverse order or chronological order. But here we go. I met with Lady Brizienne in a tavern room. She told me that the three major powers of the Iliac Bay are Daggerfall, Wayrest, and Sentinel. If I'm to investigate the mystery of Lysandus' ghost, I should start by speaking with the royal families of these fiefdoms. So it doesn't really hold your hand much, this game. It's given you some notes, but that's about it. Oh, hello. Friday, the 30th of mid-year, Medora, the former court sorceress of the Daggerfall, has sent me to Shadunjant in the Wrathguardian Mountains. It's home to Nafalgar, which is this person that we're right next to, mother of Lysandus. There I must retrieve the horn of the great unicorn. If Nafalgar is unable to help, I must search her castle for the horn myself. I have 118 days to return to Direni Tower. So this might be the quest we're actually on, that we got stuck on. And maybe... Oh, hello, dialogue notes. It's slightly corrupted. Oh, hello, there's something about a unicorn here. I have no idea what happened there. Okay, never mind. History. Okay, so this is more like our character's personal history. And you can see when I built this character, we're immune to magic. We're immune to shock. We're spell absorbing generally. We rapidly heal in darkness. We have a 3 times multiplier in spell points. But we do take damage from holy places. And we have critical weakness to paralysis, critical weakness to poison. MZZ, you also have critical weakness to disease. Me too, as it happens. I just wish that when I built my character IRL, and I took critical weakness to paralysis, poison, or disease, I had had the foresight to say I was also immune to magic. Because most of the sources of these things are magic, so they're not as bad as a downside as you might think. I'm all about that IRL reroll. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Let me give you a shout out. Still no clips, so you're safe. quality content, indeed. Yeah, I had no particular plan today, so I'm like, okay, we did Elder Scrolls Arena last week, we'll do Daggerfall this week. Bad quality. Well, it depends what you're looking for, right? Look at the inventory of this character I built decades ago. We can have a look using the info button. We don't want to unequip anything on the screen because Daggerfall does actually have nudity. But for example, I have this Daedra Lord's Torque. And as a soulbound Daedra Lord, it's potent versus Daedra. User takes damage in holy places. Extra weight, regens health, repairs objects, strengthens armor, good rep with all. Thank you. I'm afraid I have to be a bit lurky, but I'm here. Your character's a badass. Thank you. And by all means, lurk away. I'm just happy to have people looming in the shadows that I actually know their intentions and not the people whose intentions are unknown to me. So I have a bracelet of shopping. It says it's only worth 2,500 gold, but I think this is a bit more valuable than that because this bracelet enhances my mercantile skill, and it gives me good rep with merchants. And user takes damage in holy places, and I get to carry more. And I have, like, the Ruby of Health. Item powers. User takes damage in holy places, regens health all the time. User takes damage in holy places. User takes damage in holy places, regens health in darkness. User takes damage in holy places. User takes damage in holy places. User takes damage in holy places. Regens health all the time, and regens health in sunlight. So you can see why I haven't really progressed in my reputation with any of the various temples in Daggerfall. I would probably spontaneously combust if I even thought about going inside. But that's okay, I don't have to. And I'm regenerating health like an insane person. And yeah, this inventory system is actually really bizarre and hard to use, but you can see all the red stuff. It's a Daedric katana of skill. Enhances Longblade, repairs objects. I obviously didn't want to ever repair stuff myself. Cast when strikes, Firestorm, and yes, the user takes damage in holy places. I get extra damage if I'm hit in my holy place. Hello, Son of Eld, welcome in. How are you? So I'm just trying to puzzle through my old Daggerfall save game and figure out what on earth I was doing. Look at all these shinies. What's this do? Daedric Dagger of Mastery. Enhances skill Shortblade, enhances skill Longblade, strengthens armor, vampiric effect when it strikes, it repairs objects, and user takes damage in holy places, user takes damage in holy places, user takes damage in holy places, user takes damage in holy places. I kind of want to go into a holy place on stream with this character just to see what happens. Is all my healing going to balance it out, or is it just going to be end? Yeah, let's make that our mission for the stream, because we are definitely not figuring out what it was we were up to in the main quest. I could probably get some sort of... and this is 3D MCZ, so you might have to avert your eyes. It's very 3D. We could probably do like a walkthrough on stream, but it would just be me puzzling over what we're up to in the walkthrough. There's just a bag of random crap here. There is a horn, but I don't think that's a unicorn horn. That is a wereboar's tusk. But good, that is good. And we could also try starting a new game. Then your character can't form long-term memories. That is very much what has happened from the point of view of my character. She keeps waking up in this castle, wandering around aimlessly, and then just completely spaces out. That's a penis. Well, anyway, let's get out of this castle if we can. Or maybe this is the way to deeper into the place. No, these stairs I think are the way out. Ooh. The game is struggling a little bit. It had very impressive graphics, but not super optimized, I fear. Okay, we are blocked by this wooden portcullis. We might even be trapped in here? I don't know. How do I ready my sword? There are enemies nearby. Okay, that was rest. I did pull up a guide on what the keys were before I started, but then I quickly realized I've obviously remapped the keys because I'm using WSAD. Right click, left click, middle click. Well, if I hit this button, it should be ready my sword. Yes, there we go. I do love the magical glow effect that they put on these things. Very cool. But this wooden portcullis is too strong for our enchanted Daedric dagger. So let's look for an alternative exit. Bit laggy, honestly. I wonder if I can do anything about that. Oh, okay. Spell was absorbed. Hi! Save versus spellmate. There's a lich attacking us. But I don't think he did any damage to speak of. No, he did some damage. You have to look for a little bit, but nice sword. Thank you. And, yeah, no worries. So this lich has some stuff. Parchment. Can I use the parchment? I cannot use this. Okay. Medium tooth. It's just got blood and random root tendrils. And what? 2,300 gold. Okay, we'll take that. Why is there a high-pitched whine? Do I equip gold to take it? Yeah. Okay, high-pitched whine stopped. We're good. We were leaving. I think we came through here. We definitely did not come through here. Yes, this is familiar. Wow, I'm having trouble even leaving the zone I had saved in. What does that tell you about our chances for completing the game here? Come on, we can fit through this door. There we go. I think this is actually the exit. Do you wish to access your wagon and stay in Shadungent? No. And yeah, this game gives you a wagon. It gives you... you can buy a boat. I have a boat. But that said, you can just kind of run around like a maniac through the forest. Through the procedurally generated area. I took damage there. Am I taking damage because I'm like a vampire kind of person? Or did I heal up? Looks like we should probably heal up. How do we cast spell? Ow. How do we cast spells? M? It can't be S, because that's walking backwards. F, X... Well, I tell you what, we've got an icon that looks like spell casting here. No, that's definitely... like, items I'm wearing. here we go. I mean, I assume I have a heal spell? There we go. It's only 1+1 per 1 levels. And aren't I supposed to be regenerating health in sunlight and all sorts of things anyway? Thanks to those magical items I've got? I had 2 spells on me at the start of the save game. Not that I'm not, like, know what they were. But I suspect they're spells that I kind of just had on me all the time. Healing Detonation. Oh, this is probably one of those spells you cast to practice your healing magic. You missed a nice sword? You did not miss it. It is right here, MZZ. If I go like this, I can swing it. I can go overhead or stabby stabby. It's very pretty. Swoosh swoosh. Yeah, I really love this aspect of Arena and Daggerfall, that you wave your mouse around like a maniac while holding down right click, and you do different kinds of slashes. Good games for DOS. You forget those exist. It's not for lack of looking around. Have at you, Rock. The screen keeps flashing red, but my health isn't going down. I think it's actually going up. So maybe my crazy build of a character is like getting hurt a little bit, but then overall healing. We won't worry about it too much. Yeah, I think that's definitely gone up. Let's use this button, which I think is fast travel. Yeah, you can go by ship. I saved up my money, and I bought a ship. And it's currently raining. I love it when games have weather effects. Oh, hello. Morrowind. Nice. So my ship, yes. Your ship is always just kind of docked somewhere, and I guess here we've docked in a swamp. You don't really get to pilot it yourself, you just use it as a extra dimensional storage. And I haven't really used it much, I've really just bought it for the bragging rights. You can go down into the hold. And yeah, I've just like stored things in random piles on the floor, as you do. This is a single gold coin by the looks of it. No, it's a ring. What does it do? Who knows? Is it like a vitally important quest item? Could be. This is a pile of Potion of Cure Disease. Yeah, it's handy. Floordrobe game. Oh, yes. Oh my, at the Floordrobe. Recipe for Potion of Water Breathing. Right, so yeah, there's brewing in this game as well as everything else. I'd kind of forgotten that. But yeah, ship. It's nice. You don't have any crew. You just have a space all to yourself. Objects slightly clipping through the walls, yeah. What's here? Oh, my collection of other random Daedric artifacts. So how do I leave the ship? Presumably I have to fast travel somewhere, right? Can I I hit the button. You cannot change transportation indoors. Makes sense. What is this game even called again? This is The Elder Scrolls Daggerfall. I should probably set game rather than leave it on retro. I just had absolutely no plan at all. And the plot of the game, I don't have a redeem the plot option, so I will just explain it to you now, is there's a town. Town's called Daggerfall. And the king died. Auto map not available here. Great. How do I travel? The king died, and then his ghost starts haunting the town. And, you know, saying he was betrayed and stuff like that. And it's dumped me back right where I was, yeah. So the ship is basically just extra-dimensional space. This doesn't answer my question, though, of where my map key is. And how we can get to a city somewhere. And find a temple and go inside, foolishly killing ourselves. I mean, I guess controls. Yeah, here we go. Now that's a DOS game's control menu. Look at all them controls. Travel map. N, of course. N makes perfect sense. And there's 3 major regions in the game, and you have to visit them all. And do some like political intrigue and find out why the ghost is mad and put him to rest. Possibly some other stuff, I don't know. Don't want to alarm you, but Poppy is having a fight to the death with a pumpkin and I'm not sure who won. Hello ma'am, welcome in. How are you? Let's give some shout outs for Mem and Sonneveld and well, yeah, everyone. I need a shout-out star.star like you joked about last time. Mamela is a fellow streamer from Sydney and plays cool games like Assassin's Creed games and Witcher games and things like that. Sonneveld, who is lurking right now, is a fellow retro streamer. And we already saw MZZ. But MZZ plays far cooler and more interesting DOS games than I do. But yeah, it's not a pumpkin actually, ma'am. It's a flan. I bought one of those fruit flan beds for her years ago. It's just that it came with a bunch of little plush fruit stuffies, and she's a big cat now. She's not a kitten, and they don't fit in the flan with her at the same time, so they're just scattered around the apartment. Legal MZZ content exceeded for one stream. Very well, I'll back off there. Don't want to get into illegal, dangerous levels of MZZ. Where are we going? Who knows? I really, like I said, I don't know where I was up to in this game. And the fact that it gives you this enormous region to explore, each with their own tiny, like every one of these is a city or a village. It's absolutely crazy. Like, it gives you a find tool specifically so that you can deal with quests that tell you, oh, you have to go to random place name, and avoid you having to scrounge around with the mouse. So how do we want to get to Daggerfall? We could go cautiously or recklessly? Yes, reckless. We've got a ship, so we can use a ship. And oh dear. Do you suppose the green option is the one that we're actually using? I suppose it should be, right? Because if I click and it just toggles this thing. Camp out, blah blah blah. Trip cost 0, that's what we like. We didn't get to millions and millions of gold by paying for inns and things like that. Of course, it does mean you can be ambushed, but what are they going to do? I'm wearing all Daedric armor and have glowing swords. And the screen is dark a little bit, but I think it's just generating the town. The music's still going. Hello, welcome in, David Haynes. How are you? Yep, here we go. We're entering Daggerfall. And yep, there's the king. He's yelling for vengeance. We've arrived at Daggerfall after dark, and so I guess the town gates are actually closed. And we can't get in. You just got the Daggerfall Unity cut on GOG. Nice. There's been a few attempts to make a Daggerfall engine rebuild over the years, I think. Is that Daggerfall XL? Anyway, let's just climb over the castle wall, over the town wall. Very easy to do because we spent a little while early on in the game just running at a wall for hours on end. And yeah, the king is going to be a little annoying. Let's jump over that. Jump is J, yeah. I think we'll land okay. Yeah, we landed fine. We are an absolutely insane, superpowered character that just happens to have lost their memory about what on earth they were doing. Yes, yes, vengeance, we get it. Oh, I'm frozen up for a second there. Not a monster, looked like just some statue. And I guess we need to find a tavern. Yeah, sure, the Bat and Wolf, that sounds like a tavern. Which way is that? Where do I need to be pointing? This way. And I think you can actually encounter the ghost of the dead king and get your ass handed to you. But we'll be fine. The town looks like it's on fire. I guess everyone's got their lights on full blast. They're not good with conserving energy here in Daggerfall. Let me see if I can put my weapon away, just in case that becomes a thing. Wraith just died. Okay, don't know why Wraith just died. Let's just go inside, shall we? Treacle! Welcome in, how are you doing? We're having a little impromptu dance party here. Treacle is a nice streamer from the UK and has been playing all sorts of games, most recently that Craftopia thing that's a kind of wonderful mix of Minecraft and Genshin and Breath of the Wild. But yeah, we've just gone into an inn here and I'm hoping we can maybe just pass the time. You there. Ah, this is Theodore Hawkhouse. Oh, hello, Oaken. Tell me about Unicorn Horn. Good day, Theodore Hawkhouse. Do you know anything about Unicorn Horn? Click this. How do I say this? Okay? Sorry, friend, I can't help you there. That's no problem. I wouldn't have expected you to know about this critical plot item. So how do I rest? Because I would like it to be daytime so we don't have that undead king yelling vengeance all the time. Are you the proprietor? You look a bit young to be the proprietor. Yeah, goodbye. Question I ask myself a lot. How do I rest? Yeah, it's not easy, is it? Okay, we've got some staff, and you. Are you the innkeeper? Yes, here we go. Room, talk, food and drinks, goodbye. Let's just have a room. Good day, Nord. For how many days would we require the room? Just one. The room is free for a knight such as you. Nice. Perks. Now, does that mean we can just rest in here, or do we have to go into the room? Like, where even is the room, is the question. Oh, okay. Slowly pulling ourselves up the stairs. Feeling a bit drunk because the game is a bit laggy here. Please let this be a room. Yes, there's a bed. We can use the bed, maybe? No, but we can rest, right? Let's rest for a while. Let's rest for 8 hours. Get an 8 hours sleep. That's the real fantasy, right? There are enemies nearby? We're in a tavern. Why would there be enemies nearby? I mean, there's no one in our room. Let's get our sword out. Door opens inwards. Okay, okay. Are we about to have some amazing slaughter of enemies while this cheerful tune is playing in the background? I don't think we're even in the room that we went into. Oh yeah, there's something there. Is that an enemy? I feel like I have to have good personality because from what I heard, people generally don't like you for whatever reason. In the game, right? Yeah, okay, so there's a ghoul. Take that. So yeah, Amomi just casually came into the establishment. We got some gold out of it, hooray. No one has actually commented on the fact that this undead horror came into the tavern, but that's fine, that's fine. I'm sure this is just normal for the city of Daggerfall. No more vengeance. Let's just have a rest, please. Can I just camp here? There are enemies nearby. What? What sort of tavern is this? I know I didn't pay anything for it, but I demand my money back. He's cursed. Dude needs to rest. Yeah. I mean, if it's not the neighbors or tinnitus, it's undead mummies. Come on, bring my mouse back. Alright, we'll rest inside here. This is the tiniest bedroom I've ever seen. Come on. Rest for a while. 8 hours. You wake up. My jumping skill is improved. Hooray. Gareth! $2 million minimum in Sydney. Yeah, that room. I do actually have like 2 million gold pieces. No, I'm lost. It seems to dump me in a different room when I wake up. There's the undead mummy we killed. How are you, Gareth? How's it going? Let's get out of this place. The frame rate is terrible. Is that normal? I'm pretty sure I had it working at a better frame rate before. But since I haven't really planned anything for the stream today, I just kind of picked it up and threw it together. Now something's flashing. What's flashing? Sorry, seizure warnings, retrospectively. You're alright, work is nightmare, the usual. Hooray! Well, you know, it would be boring if it wasn't a nightmare. Okay, this bit's not flashing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had it better optimized before. But with me just being like, I don't know what I want to stream today, I'm just going to pick something. I threw this together into DOSBox and it seems to run well enough to show you what we're doing anyway. And to be fair, this was a very intensive game for the PCs of its time. There's all manner of options to like reduce the level of detail. Could probably try. Let down. It's a bit smoother. So what we're doing, yes, we have no idea what we're doing for our actual main quest line, but we noticed that all of our magical items is 2 years older than me. Yeah, it's a pretty mature game. Yeah, so in our inventory, most of our items we've noticed are very shiny, of course. We've got like the Ruby of Health, which user takes damage in holy places, and also user takes damage in holy places. User takes damage in holy places, user takes damage in holy places, user takes damage in holy places, and user takes damage in holy places. But as an upside, we get all of this extra health regeneration. So instead of trying to figure out where I was on the main quest, which is absolutely hopeless, 1996. Yeah, I was 16 when this came out. Oh, hello. There's like a scary phantom behind us, and that might have been what was causing the epilepsy trigger. Just see it there. I have a feeling that my game is slightly broken, actually. There were a lot of bugs reported at the time of like, oh yeah, sometimes the undead king just doesn't render properly. And yeah, look, he's coming at me. He's not supposed to be here during the day. Ghost died. Okay, maybe that wasn't the king. Maybe it was just random ghost. Anyway, nothing can touch us. We're completely immortal, except possibly, due to the way we have constructed our equipment, we might be very, very harmed by holy places. So I'm looking for a chapel or something that would allow us to test this theory. I don't think the Red Porcupine is a church or anything like that. There's a blue blob here which might be a lake or a building. Might be a DOSBox cycles thing. Some people's use 2,500 cycles for this game. Interesting. I thought in the config that I'd copied over I'd put in 12,000. But in my title bar here I've got max 100% cycles. You know, the percentage-based version instead. So I don't know exactly what's happened there. Can we zoom out? No. Max sounds like enough too weird. Yeah, I don't know. The Black Dungeon. I think that must be a nightclub. Vintage elixirs. Kitties, hello. That doesn't look like a normal label of what the game gives you. I'm assuming that's actually me. King's Books. Kitties. That must have been a note that I left for myself something like 2 decades ago. Wow. I'd go to a nightclub called the Black Dungeon, yeah. Alright, so we can't see anything that looks like a tavern. But what we could do, I've remembered how to sheath my weapon, just ask someone. That's kind of why the game gives you all these random NPCs, so that you have a means of navigating around. Can you tell me where is local temples? How are you, Oriogan Gerford? I'm trying to get to the Temple of Kinnereth. Yes. You just asked the right person. Just look for it. Just keep going west. Life is peaceful, though. Go west. In the open air. Doesn't look like a temple. Of course, he says go west, but he doesn't say how far west. Ow. Yeah, I'm definitely taking sunlight damage for some reason. I don't think that was in my character build. Maybe it's some of these items I've got on me. Can you mod the vanilla engine? Yeah, you can actually. I remember seeing a few mods that were mostly bug fixes, like community bug fixes for various things that can go wrong in your game, completely screwing you over. But probably these days your better bet would be the modern remake engines. At some point, maybe I want to do a Morrowind stream. And although I have been fairly strict about going with the old school game engines, like here I'm doing this in DOSBox. For Ultima 7 I'm going to do it in also DOSBox rather than use Exalt. UFO Enemy Unknown I did it DOS rather than the engine remake. For Morrowind there is a very nice OpenMW engine which fixes a lot of things like aspect ratio and what have you that you can mod into the original game, but yeah, like I reckon I want to try that out at some point in the distant future. I'm only streaming once a week, so we're not going to get there anytime soon. You, miss, please tell me the way to the Temple of Kinnereth. Temple... Kinnereth... let me just mark the Temple of Kinnereth here on your map. Thank you. Yeah, I love OpenMW. Nice. I was following the development of it pretty closely. And yeah, it pretty quickly got feature parity. So we're... Oh, here we go. Of Kinnereth is just slightly obscured by the poppy cam there. It was that blue blob. Nice. Okay, so we're nearly there. Just need to go west. Life is peaceful there. Never really played any of these games before Skyrim. Tried Oblivion, but it was a buggy mess on my PC at the time. And it remains a buggy mess. Yeah, Oblivion had its quirks, that's for sure. I got really hyped for Oblivion back in the day, but the most annoying thing for me was the way that Todd Howard had empowered it with his vision for like console going forward. Console first, PC as an afterthought. So all the fonts were ridiculously huge on, you know, your high definition monitor, because you've got to account for someone playing it on their Xbox. And yeah, I ran a few mods there just to fix that. Hello, Temple of Kinnereth. I am suddenly very interested in joining your religion. Not you. Yes, hello. How do I sign up? Elizabeth Greencroft. Tell me about... the Order of Archay? The Order of Archay is a religious order dedicated to the worship of Archay, the god of the cycle of birth and death. Thank you. This is a very suspicious religion. Yeah, you know, you've got old guys and you've got scantily clad girls dancing around. Totally normal. What's behind here? Yep, random. Okay, that's a bit tossed there. Welcome to video games in the 1990s. Oh, yes. Anyway, we are taking damage. So we've verified that all of those amulets and things that we're carrying do damage us in the temples. It's just that it does seem to balance out with our natural, health regen. I don't know what to do now. We could keep playing. But like I said, I don't want to be scrounging like through walkthroughs and trying to figure out where on earth we were up to in the story. We've got a journal. Was it this one? No. Was it F5? F6? TOS was a good choice of words there. Yeah, the original series, Star Trek, of course. What else would I mean? Yeah, games, they had to appeal to their user base, right? And the user base was horny teenagers. Hate when you leave a game for a while and you have no idea where you were, so have to start again. Yeah, this is basically my streaming series in a nutshell now, Gareth, because I have all of these old games like Daggerfall and Ultimate Underworld 2 where I put them down and I couldn't pick them up ever again because just where on earth am I? And the prospect of starting over from scratch was just a little too intimidating. I wonder if it's the fancy graphics, using filters, slowing DOSBox down. I mean, it could be. Like, those filters, they kind of make sense for non-3D games, but if you've got a 3D game, there's not much that the filter can do for it, right? It's better for smoothing text out. I have so many abandoned games, yeah. I mean, it works well enough for my little MS-DOS Mondays thing, right? Where I want to just pick something up and run with it just to see what this game's about, show it off to people, maybe derp around a little and just enjoy it. But like, I don't think I could play it all the way through on stream, and I don't think I could even figure out where we were and finish this game on stream. I guess because this game is SVGA, it has to smooth and expand to be much bigger. I don't know. Definitely worth trying out with the filter off, and honestly, I want to get one of the versions of DOSBox that supports like a nice TV filter with scan lines and everything. I think that would be a good balance between bumping up resolution and viewability on modern LCD monitors. Because, like, you know, like a lot of people who are in chat right now, I love me some old school pixel art. But the pixel art worked well at the time because we had these enormous chunky CRTs to display them on. And man, do I ever regret throwing my big chunky CRT out. It seemed like an upgrade at the time, you know, nice and flat, you can put it far away. My CRT, if we had it on this desk, would be like in my face. Which would be like super bad for you, but that's how much desk space we're talking about here. But the art was made to work with it, and it worked really well. So I think we're approaching the note on my map here that said kitties. We can look for kitties now. We need a Kickstarter from some new CRTs, 100% buy one. I mean, they're probably being made somewhere, it's just they'll be obnoxiously expensive and not readily available, and the shipping will be insane. Kitties! Yay, we win the game, we found the kitties. You can talk to the kitties. Cat! You're a kitty cat! And you cycle through animation, and you cycle through animation. Neighbor got 2 CRTs thrown out, but they were kind of gross. I mean, I'm not really gonna be choosy, but I don't want to clean stuff up as well. Try to find one in good condition these days. True. Alright, so this is Daggerfall, and I have no particular suggestions on what to do now. Also, you don't want to open up a CRT. Yeah, my granddad was in the electronics business, and actually like sold and repaired a bunch of TVs, and that was one of his early warnings to me that, like, yeah, there's a lot of high voltage in there. You don't want to mess with it. I mean, you are basically making a magnetic field strong enough to accelerate electrons and make them deviate from their normal path. There's a fair amount of effort involved in that. So what do we want to do now, friends? I can't say I'm super alert and awake today. I'm better than I have been. And I'm hoping this time off that I'm having next 2 weeks will really help me get on top of, like, sleep and focus and things like that. But it's like baby steps, you know? I'll tell you what we could do. Have I got any plans, or just time off? Probably just time off. My flatmate is back in Perth for the moment. Crazy guy, but you know he's got family things to attend, and I don't know if he will come back at any point soon. Like, he doesn't buy return plane tickets or go by any particular schedule. He goes as the wind takes him. But in theory, if he came back while I'm still on holiday, he could look after Poppy while I go up to Port Macquarie and visit my mum. I think that might be nice and doable, COVID allowing. I'm not going to go anywhere popular anyway, or anywhere crowded. Ah, yeah, cats. Yes, cats. I mean, I could let someone else take care of Poppy while I'm gone, but it would be easier if it was the flatmate. What do we want to do? Let's play some Keen or something, I don't know. We'll do 5? We'll do 5. Z currently needs injecting twice a day, going anywhere as a challenge. Wow. Is this a temporary thing just for boosting their health? I mean, I need injecting once a day. And that's been difficult enough for me to get myself to do to myself. Doing that to a cat must be quite a challenge. Insulin, so not temporary. Right. Do dangerous creatures hurt the NPCs in this game? I don't think they do. NPCs are just kind of walking billboards. They're walking map terminals. Is sound working, or is sound broken on this? Sound. Adlib. Yeah. New game. I'm pretty sure there should be... Oh, there you go. Like, there's no walking sound. I could swear there's a walking sound. Where's my pogo? Here we are. Oh, let's set game again. No, David, this is Commander Keen. And once again, if I do set game from here, it says Commander Keen enters Ron. Lucky Ron, huh? Let's change that from the Twitch dashboard instead. Invasion of the Goodbye Galaxy. The Armageddon Machine, there we are. Yeah, you might be onto something there, Sonneveld, with the old scalar thing. Like, I just have a default setting that I've been applying to everything lately. Because I need some level of smoothing. but I do still want it to be relatively authentic. I think this game was one of our favorites of all time. 4 and 5, basically. Just me and my sister, we would do life or level out, and just see how far we could get, you know? I remember the final levels being really quite the challenge. And it was always fun to discover a new secret. Keen is just full of secrets. It's so good. Like, out there. How do you get out there? Clearly you're supposed to somehow. I forget if it was down here. But basically jump around enough and you'll eventually find a passage through. Oh, someone's seen us. Take that. Dun, dun, dun. And the music is so catchy. I don't think it was here, but let's try anyway. No. Must have to go all the way outside. Into the cold, harsh vacuum of space. Pokemon Snap is coming to Switch. That might be a bit legacy for me. You should stream it, Gareth. Whoop. Okay, I'm done. Nobody wants to see my face. Yeah, I was camera shy at first too. You should see my Dishonored 2 VOD. I thought I'd made the camera window fairly small. And then I think because I started streaming the whole desktop instead of just a window, that bumped the resolution up even higher, and the section of it that's like still my camera is about 24 pixels wide. Game music, best ASMR, so relaxing. Yeah, I have legitimately studied for uni while leaving some of the Commander Keen 4 music on. I turned around for a minute and it's now Keen. Yes, Sandoval, didn't you realise? There's a section in Daggerfall where you become Billy Blaze and have to save the universe from the Armageddon machine. I mean, Bethesda Softworks eventually bought id, so like I'm probably not bullshitting you, right? It's all connected. I turned around from probably just a bug they didn't patch. Logic checks out. Yeah, only Elder Scrolls games can have a bug in them so severe that turns into an entirely different game. Now we could go through this door, but I seriously think there's a secret over here somewhere. No. Okay. I forget how that's done. I remember we did figure it out one time. I'm sure MZZ would be able to just tell us off the cuff, but that's fine. We're just having a laugh. Nobody would be surprised. You know, SGDQ is coming up next week. And one of the things I really love about speedrunning is the any percent routes where you can glitch the game into doing arbitrary code execution. And some of the most amazing things that have come out of that are the taskbot plays where, like, it starts you off on Super Mario World. And then the task does a bunch of really weird stuff that makes no sense. And before you know it, they've turned Super Mario World into Flappy Bird by injecting code just to overwrite the game code. I think that sort of thing is just so cool. Some of these sound effects are just burned into my memory. Like the doo-doo-doo-doo-doo noise from picking up a gun. Aldoda's self-modification annoying to reverse. Oh, interesting. Was that just like for copyright protection, or some sort of way to squeeze more game into the space available? Because some games would do fancy tricks, like for the sake of actually pulling off fancier game design. But then some games would just do it like for the sake of copy protection, which is like, kinda lame. If you're gonna do like mad... Oh wow! I had forgotten that, but yeah, those pink bots, when they push you around, they're harmless. But when they're going up and down on a pipe, they are suddenly deadly. Well, no more mercy for the pink bots. So we found... Crystal was up here. I think Oblivion on Xbox made the console restart on a loading screen to clear memory, which is kind of neat. Interesting. I remember Morrowind. Morrowind was released on Xbox, and there were a few differences. You could theoretically load mods from the PC version onto the Xbox version, but there are a few differences in like dialog box pop-ups and things, and also in error handling. Morrowind would give you an error screen if something you'd modded went wrong, but the Xbox version would just immediately restart it. I think it was a speed optimization. It was usually part of stuff like graphics splitting routines. Probably wanted to avoid comp jump. Okay. The only... Okay, I haven't... There's two assembly languages I've gotten into, and one of them was MIPS assembly for uni, which wasn't really useful for me in anything else. Oh! I jumped too high. Ow. And the other that I've only touched on briefly is Game Boy Z80 assembly, which is slightly different from the Spectrum Z80. But not, like, terribly different. And it is still my intention, in my enormous pile of unfinished projects back there, I should do like a fake background thing with a green screen just so I can have a ever-increasing pile of virtual software projects I've got. But one of these unfinished projects of mine is Game Boy games. There's a C library called GBDK, I think. And it is kind of cool. It lets you do some basic Game Boy programming in C. Yeah, they tend to add up projects, yeah. In my case, I've just got too many. I need to cut some down and sacrifice some and just say, okay, look, I'm probably going to be in the nursing home by the time I get round to doing this. Been meaning to build a game for at least 20 years now, yeah. I've done some half-finished ones, which you could still call it a game, even if there's no explicit win condition or anything. I think the most complete one I've ever done was a Java applet game. It was like a blob matching game. If you've played Puyo Puyo, it was basically a clone of that. Now, how do I open that? There was a switch somewhere that we passed on an earlier playthrough. Ah, it was up here. I suppose I'm supposed to use that fireman's pole, but this is more fun. Oh, come on, I did it the first time. Well, now I can't climb up the pole on principle. How did I do it last time? Avert your eyes. Yay, we did it. Right, now we can get up through that area. Let's give it a little quick save, yeah? We've got the blue key, we can open this. An arrow made of marshmallows pointing up. What could it mean? Come on, I think we can just barely make that jump, right? Oh, whatever. I think there's a way around it up here. Ow! Okay, that's fine, we saved. The music's just so groovy. You know what we could try? Although I think from the description, Son of Eld, it was like, oh, this only works in Keen 6. But there was that thing about riding a bullet vertically up, right? You just had to do something like that. Wasting all my ammo, of course. Yeah, I don't think it works on this version, maybe. Here we go. We can get on the platforms here, I think. And then immediately die to the spinny fire thing. Alright, maybe we save before the terrifying platforms of doom. I would never had the patience required for these games. Well, that's the thing, right? Like, I don't know about you, but back in the day, we were kids and had a lot of free time. Where's that other robot? Ah, there you are. A lot of free time and no internet. So what else were we gonna do, huh? Just keep trying it until you beat it. Great, more of these snowflakey things. Okay, that's a key card that looks important. We need to get it somehow. didn't save, did I? Okay. I said I was going to save, and then I totally didn't. Okay. Yes. We've got this. This is just level 2. It's fine. Shoot once, shoot twice. Jump over that one. Jump over that one. Give it another save, why not? Okay, the exit's up there. So we just need to die terribly to the snowflake. It's the invincible enemies that are the worst, really. They give you a gun so that you can take down the other enemies, but the completely invincible ones then just become that much worse. Alright, we can do this. No problem. Ah! Now we just need to get up there somehow. Okay, it's this way. There's another gun there, but it's fine. You can do this. I don't know, have you met me? I mean, with the power of save games, anything is possible. You can technically kill the snowflakes, but they take a huge stack of bullets. Today I learned. And we are out of here. Oh no, there's more level. Come on, why is this one not firing? It's because we're on, like, normal difficulty? Sometimes you just know where there's a secret. Like, the level just clues you in, like, here. I love it. This is the key I'm by far the least familiar with. Oh, okay. So you only know every inch of it. Oop. Ow. So close, yet so far. Luke and James. Oop. Nearly got obliterated. Every inch, not every millimeter. Nice of them to announce that they're about to charge at me from off screen with the sound. Okay, come on. Come on, bring it, ribbits. Keen purposefully wanders around the Omega Magic. Now the game opens up properly. But I'm tired. Yeah, I'm tired, I'm gonna call it. At some point, we will see a brand new James Neko who is awake and alert and able to do all sorts of amazing MVP game tricks on stream. But for now, this is what you get, and hopefully I can just like slowly improve as the meds kick in. Thank you everyone for stopping by and visiting me though. I really do appreciate you all. Let's have a look at... Just chatting? Oh yeah, I could just talk over Poppy here. You don't want to see my ugly monk. That said, it's here. So let's just pick someone to raid who does more stuff than what I do, more gooder. Interesting. Who are you? I tell you who we could raid. Another Aussie streamer. Not doing retro, unfortunately. You should do some Elite Dangerous streams. Thanks for the keen stream in the Daggerfall game. No worries. Thank you for coming by, Sonneveld. Thank you, MZZ. It's always nice to just have people in chat while I play games that I would probably be derping around with anyway. And yeah, Gareth, I should do some more Elite Dangerous streams. I probably will. I just, you got to get in the right mood for it. Who knows? Our mutual friend Coding Mama has been playing a little bit recently, so maybe that'll get me in the mood to get back into it and see where I was up to. But in the meantime, thank you all for coming by. I'm going to send you over to Quali, who, yeah, Aussie streamer, tends to stream quite late, which is a godsend when you can't sleep. And she's just chatting right now, but she's going to be playing The Quarry, which is the big fancy, like the Until Dawn game series, horror game, see who you can not kill by getting through the storyline, that kind of game. So you might enjoy it. Either way, thank you so much again for coming by, and I'll see you next week. You watch Scary Game Squad on YouTube? They're playing that? Yeah, everyone's playing that, Gareth. So many people are playing it right now. What am I doing? I want to be on this screen. Yeah. Let's go raid. Not me, no horror for me. No worries, Gareth. No one is obliged to come along with raid. But if you do, that's nice. There's no raid message. Eventually I'll get some emotes, and then maybe there could be raid messages. But for now, just say hi if you wanna, or just lurk if you wanna. I don't mind. I'm sure they're a qualified streamer. Yes. You can watch it. You mean not playing? Ah, right. No worries. Yeah, it is a lot more relaxing to watch these scary games that other people are playing in a darkened room. And like, you don't have to engage, so you don't have to suspend your disbelief. And James Nako, oh, that font is too gothic for me to read on this font size. Raid? Does that say raid? Neko, I just woke up. Hi Cyclone. You just caught the end of the stream, unfortunately. But thank you for coming by. People are experimenting with all sorts of Unicode abuse, which I do approve of. That's great. Probably people on mobile won't be able to read it, but screw them. Let's go. Thank you again. I'll see you next time. Take care. Yeah. Wait, did the raid fall through? I was supposed to hit the button in time. Ah.